Hey everyone, it's Tom here, back with another episode of the Royle Ramble, but this is a special episode. This is a bonus episode, I suppose. It's slightly extracurricular in nature. It's still about the Royle family, of course. You know, I don't know if you're not familiar with the show. That is what we're doing over here at the Royle Ramble. We are going in excruciatingly granular detail about, you know, Cilla Black, amongst other things, and the script and the performance, and just, you know, the genius of the show. So go back and listen to those. But I've always wanted to do stuff kind of, you know, in the margins and just stuff as a fan of the show. So naturally, as someone who enjoys trivia, you know, Jeopardy is one of my all-time, you know, recent fascinations, like, you know, one of my all-time favorite shows. And, you know, so it made sense to me. Let's do a Royle Family quiz. Why not? This is such a dense show. This is such a script-heavy show, scripted show. You know, delightfully so. And obviously, if you listen to the Royle Ramble extensively, you know that's kind of one of the things that I adore about the program, and many others do as well. So yeah, I just thought let's just do something, because the episodes take so long to put together, like, you know. So I thought let's do something a little freer, a little easier, whatever. Let's just you know, spread our wings, but only slightly, still within the confines of the four walls, of course. And just before we do, subscribe to the show. We're over on YouTube. We've got a Patreon over there as well. And by the time you'll be listening to this on the sort of the main feed, the free feed, as it were, which, you know, shall always remain free, there'll be the first episode of another extracurricular series that I'm pursuing on the Royle Family. This being the Royle Family Book Club, where I'm just going to go through the autobiographies of the cast, talk about their histories as well. So we're starting off with Liz Smith. We're starting off with Our Betty, which is the first of two books that she wrote. Actually, her second one was just a collection of short stories. And to be honest, the first reads like that as well, in the best possible way. Like, very surreal, very supernatural. As I said before on the show, only 2 episodes on the Royle Family, though. Like, you know, distressingly so. There's very little. She says she loves it, greatest experience of her life. But we don't get any, you know, you got to come to the Ramble for the hypotheses there. So yeah, we're over there. Get in touch with us, the email as well, the royleramblepod@gmail.com, if you want to come on like today's guest, if you want to join in the quiz. But, you know, let me cut myself short and introduce today's guest, the first ever guest to the Royle Ramble. Sophie, how's it going?
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm finally be on here.
No, I appreciate it. And, you know, I mean, let's just get the obvious out of the way. Like, you and the Royle Family, how did when do you remember watching it, like, first?
Yeah, I was actually meant to go to Disneyland. Funny story. I was meant to go to Disneyland with my grandparents, and I got really ill, and I was only about 7 or 8. And my granddad stayed back with me, and I couldn't settle with him. I was very happy baby, and I couldn't settle. Sure. Anyway, I was a very happy child, and then so I went back to my dad, and I remember being lay on the couch with him, and he was watching episode 5, series 1 of the Royle Family, and so it's the one where they come in, they're drunk.
Oh my god, quite an adult episode actually for a kid to watch, like, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And I just remember watching that episode, and I was just completely hooked, because he said to me, "Oh, you'll quite like this," and he was trying to console me, trying to make me feel comfortable, and it's always been my happy telly ever since.
Yes, yeah,
sort of thing, really.
Yeah, I think I discovered it around the same age, and I definitely witnessed my sister, who's like 8 years younger. We would watch it around her, and I would see that she would naturally like, what do you think it is about kids that... Is it just because it's so real? It's so unabashedly, like, it's almost refreshing how real it tries to be.
Literally, I find that, you know, I look at family members of mine. My uncle on my dad's side, he... Actually, it resonated with me today, because I was thinking about Jim, and how like Jim my uncle can be sometimes.
There's
and
so
it
many
was really
Jims.
quite funny.
Yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. It's weird, isn't it? It's like, I see lots of my family members in it, but it's like, if everyone sees their own family, what does that say? Are we all the same in some sort of beautiful way? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. But
I like the fact that it's so normal, and you know, you watch it and you feel automatically relaxed, you feel part of their family, and that's why I love it so much.
Now, one of the things that fascinates me and gets mentioned a lot in, you know, when people emailing and stuff like that is a divide, Sophie, in Royle Family fans who may be considered as like a classic era and then there's kind of like Queen of Sheba's kind of the bridge over into like the more specials based stuff. Like, I mean, obviously it's specials, but like, is there a break in quality for you? Is it all one comfort food TV or?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't rate the specials as much. I think the new sofa was very good. I liked the new sofa. I thought that was really funny. Some of the comedy in that really, really good. But then I think I remember hearing you saying it in one of the episodes of the podcast, and there is a break. I think there really is a break, because you see Dave going from this quite, I don't know how to say it. There's a bit of a gap between Dave and Denise, Anthony, Barbara, and Jim. There's a bit of a gap. He seems like the more sane one out of the whole family, and then it felt like he'd just gone stupid sort of overnight, and I didn't like that, because I quite liked how that's the only thing that I would comment on. And Denise somehow got more stupid, and I think in one of the very late episodes, I think they just lost their way with their material, because it became the point where she was shouting from the kitchen, like, how do you make a cup of tea? When in the first series, she made a cup of tea because she said that Anthony didn't wash his hands.
There is that, yeah.
You know what
in
I
the
mean?
pilot,
So
there is that
there's
continuity. No, there is, and like that always, they did exploit that a lot. Yeah, isn't there a scene as well in like, is it Joe's Crackers? I've only really seen them all once, where like the subplot is like Dave's Winky doesn't work or something like that, and that's like this whole weird like, and I don't know. It depends how you sort of... But, like, for me as well, I don't know if you feel this way, like, one of the reasons I love the show so much is, like, I find it hilarious, don't get me wrong. But that's almost beside the point. It's just this perfect, like, storyline, character study, 90s time capsule, closed... But, like, it's hilarious as well as that, but it's like... I don't know, I think that's why I personally just keep coming back to it, because it just... I don't know, it's just, there's so many levels, it's so rich. It's like in the Christmas episode, for example, when you finally see all those characters come through in the conga line, it's like, fuck, every single one of these characters is so well drawn. Like, they're so beautifully put together. I mean, I'm preaching to the choir here, obviously, but, but so just before we get on to, so I just want to make this a quick sort of thing, like we'll have fans on, we'll do questions, but let me just ask you a few maybe quick fire Royal family questions, just get your sort of feel on it.
Yeah.
But so before we get into the quiz, there's just kind of interesting ones. Like, who's your favourite character?
Oh wow. I
mean, that is, wow, yeah.
I really like, that's so hard.
It is like this.
I really like Denise, but I think Mary is just fantastic. Actually, I'm lying. It's got to be Nana. It's got to be Nana. It's got to be Norma.
My God. I mean, Nana will always trump anyone, I think, yeah. But Mary's a great... she was she was... I think we mentioned this in the episode, and I'd forget most of the facts that I spew, but I'll never forget. I think she was the first ever Coronation Street barmaid in real life. And
really?
Doreen Keogh, whatever her name is. But Mary's like, what about favourite series? We'll say the first three, obviously. We'll sort of exclude the specials, but...
I think series 1. Because I quite liked getting to know the characters, because series 2 was very much based on Denise's pregnancy, which was lovely. And like, I remember listening to you talk briefly about the Christmas special where she sat by the bath with Jim, and that's a really, really lovely moment. But I think season 1, I just love what Nana, what she comes out with, because you get to know her character really well. And I think, was it series 1 where Betty's funeral? That might have been series 2, actually.
That is actually, the Sunday dinner. Yeah, I just covered that. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. So series 1, I think, is my favourite.
What? Yeah, one. I think if you just talk on that Nana spectrum as well, like I think Sunday Afternoon, the third episode of that series, where he's just like Nana's so. I mean, she is one of the best. But yeah, no, good choice for this series as well. Again, let us know your answers to these questions. Email in. What about favorite singular episode?
Okay. Probably when it was the funeral, Betty's funeral.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's
I really think that's so funny.
Elsie's funeral.
The way that, Elsie funeral. That's it, Elsie. And she comes in. Jim comes in and he just turns the telly on while Barbara and Norma are having this real moment of, and then some of the lines that they come out with about the bacon, about the 6 bottles of Guinness that's in Elsie's flat. It's just so well thought out.
The end as well to that episode is probably my favourite ending, with Jim on the baby monitor and just...
Yeah, that's right.
Just as everyone's erupting into laughter, it ends, which is just so sweet, and the timing of that is amazing. Okay, so final 2 questions. First of all, favourite funniest moment from the show, personally, for you?
Probably when Darren says, "It still smells like shit in here."
Oh my god, yeah.
That's really funny. You see this panorama of the whole thing being really emotional, and then he's just dead. He's just deadpan face, watching the telly. So funny. He's really good in it.
Old Andrew Wyman. Yeah, no, he is. That's a
Yeah.
And I only realised actually because I watched that. Obviously, I just fucking make too many notes on the show, but I'm pretty sure that's the only episode of, basically one of the only episodes, but certainly the only episode of season 2 that ends with, they all end with Jim doing something, or Jim saying something, Jim going upstairs, Jim turning on TV, Jim calling Dinah Rod, etc. But Darren closes that one, which I love. Jim's all the way over there on the banjo, and Darren just, it's such a sucker punch that is so funny. So, finally, favourite sad moment, if that makes sense. I guess maybe you said it before with the wedding, right? Or
yeah, I think the wedding, I think, is probably the wedding episode where she has a moment with Jim. I think that's probably one of my favourites. I think it's because I think they really balanced in the first 3 series. They really balanced that emotional side with the funny side well. I think that's really powerful. Like, I am quite a lover of Gavin and Stacey as well, and they really balance that well. They really balance the comedy and the serious aspects of it well, and I think it's a powerful thing when you can get that right. And I think in the Royal Family, the first 3 series, they definitely do, and even in the Queen of Sheba, to be fair.
That's a classic. Yeah. Oh my god.
I think Nana dying is up there with.
Oh, it's heart-wrenching. Yeah, no.
That moment when Barbara's doing Norma's hair, I think that's that's up there with series 1 where Jim and Denise have a moment.
Yeah. I mean, slightly more underrated, maybe Frank in the bus shelter. That's quite a sad moment. Like, not quite as impactful because it's kind of anecdotal, but still, and there's even not much to say really when Denise is talking about them being at the antenatal class. I know that's again quite minor and low key, but I always find that quite sad. I really like that bit as well. So we've done enough Royal Family chat, so let's do more Royal Family chat in the form of a quiz, which is 10 questions. So just to recap the rules for yourself, for the listener, and for me really, because this is kind of brand new. So we're going to go series by series. So basically the next 2 or 3 episodes. So we'll do the first 3 or 4, all on series 1, then series 2, then we'll sort of work our way through. So kind of what's being covered mostly on the feed. So all of these questions, I've tried not to make them too difficult. We've got 10 questions here. All of them are based on series 1. They're, some of them are general, some of them are infuriatingly precise. So we'll just see what happens here, Sophie, and I appreciate you coming on. So are you ready for question 1?
Yeah, I think so. I'm nervous.
All right.
I always said that if I was on Mastermind, the Royal Family would be my subject of expertise.
Oh.
But then I sometimes I feel now that you're gonna.
I'm not going too deep. I'm not going too deep.
Put that on the back burner a little bit for me now.
It has been on Mastermind though. I don't know if you've seen it on YouTube.
Yeah, it has. I think I've watched it on YouTube.
Yeah. I think I played it on the show. And I did play it on the show, but yeah. So
Yes.
it wasn't. These are a little bit more, determined. We'll say that. So, question 1.
Okay.
Where did Norma meet her husband?
Oh, the Harry Ramsden Ramsden's. They met at a fish shop.
They did meet at a
I think
fish
it was
shop.
Harry Ramsden's.
Yeah, I will give you the point for that, no problem.
Me and your granddad went to Blackpool for a week in a B&B. It's a Harry Ramsden's now, which is quite fitting as we met in a fish shop.
Nice one, 1 for 1. Question 2. What is at the front of the roll of film when Barbara is trying to take a photo on Jim's birthday? The front of the roll of film on the camera.
Oh, Pauline's baby's christening.
It is. Pauline's baby's christening, which is just... I would have known... I mean, obviously I would have known it, but I think any fan probably knows that. I think so many people are listening going like, yeah, obviously Pauline's baby's christening.
Hey, what's on the front of that film, Mum?
It's Pauline's baby's christening.
Bloody hell, he's having his 21st birthday next week. What's the sell-by date on the film?
Question 3. Why did Sandy Bezic break up with Gary from The Butchers, Him That Smells of Mince?
Oh, because he always had blood under his fingernails.
Yes, blood under his fingernails. Okay, 3 for 3. In what colour, in a sort of colourful description, does Mary describe Cheryl's dress as? What is the sort of tone of it?
It's a dusky... Oh, it's a dusky peach dress.
It is dusky peach.
Look at the pair of you. Denise, the blushing bride, and our Cheryl in dusky peach.
If you win the quiz night at the Pear Tree, what do you win as a prize?
Oh, it's a t-shirt.
It is a t-shirt.
It's better on Anthony's back.
Yes, exactly.
That's
That's from the Sunday afternoon just before Joe enters.
What are you doing tonight?
Well, I'm back down the Pear Tree. I'm doing the quiz night there.
Oh, yeah. What will you get for that?
20 notes and all I can drink.
Oh, just 20 notes then, eh?
Hey, you could give us the answers.
I only win a t-shirt.
It's better on my back, innit?
So you can be a bit more general here because I know, like, I don't want the exact quote, but just kind of give me the gist of it. How did Dave break the ice to the Royals? What act happened that allowed him to break the ice?
Oh, that was when... Oh, that's my first question. I'm going to get wrong here.
Ooh.
I know he took his shoes off.
That was in
caravan and he didn't
Cleethorpes.
say anything.
Yeah, that's
No
a
one
different
did-
thing.
No one said anything.
That's not really an icebreaker, taking your shoes off.
No.
But no, I feel
There
you.
was
That is a
something
Dave
that went
memory.
on.
Yeah.
Um,
Episode 5, this is Another Woman. The one that you first
Yeah.
watched. Yeah. Great episode. One of my favourites.
yeah, that I've watched repeatedly. Honestly, I was sat there before watching the earlier episodes, like reciting the lines. Oh no, I can't remember that one. I'll be kicking myself.
Well, the quote is from Barbara.
Do you remember the first time Dave came round? He never said a word for 3 months. And he took that old armchair to the tip for us, and it really broke the ice.
That's it, yeah.
So,
That's it.
which as I pointed out as well, is kind of him doing his job almost, because he is a removal guy, so it is a kind of nice little mirroring there. But yeah, okay, so the first one that's wrong. So currently 5 out of 6. So
Yeah.
let's see. This is quite a difficult one. Name one part of Twiggy's bakery order.
Oh, 2 Cornish pasties.
Yeah. Okay, for the point, I'll give you the point. But do you know any more?
Oh, 2 Cornish pasties. Oh, does he get a nice 2 Cornish pasties? I feel like no. Because I remember the price. I can remember her saying £1.32. Am I right? I
Yeah.
can hear her saying it, but I can't remember what.
I love that
2
joke.
Cornish
Yeah.
pasties.
It's a sausage roll and a cream Danish.
Hey, what do you have?
2 Cornish pasties, a sausage roll, and a cream Danish.
That's it.
Sausage
2
roll and a
sausage
cream
rolls.
Danish. But
and something
still,
else.
still you got it. Who was Barbara with when JFK was shot?
Oh, he had bushy eyebrows.
He did.
What was his name?
He did.
Oh, I was in the flicks with Charlie Rogers.
Charlie Rogers, yeah, there's some...
Where were you, Barbara?
Oh,
If this should happen to you,
before I
is
met
your
Jim,
family covered by insurance?
I was in the flicks with Charlie Rogers.
Where does Dave, what area of Greater Manchester does Dave get his DJ business cards from?
Oh, Knutsford service station.
Knutsford, yeah. And
50 for £3 or something like that.
it's, yeah, but he just puts the cost of the first one up, so it's straight profit after that.
Yeah.
Hey, did I tell you I was getting a lot of professional business cards done from this place in Knutsford?
Knutsford, that's well posh.
Yeah, Knutsford service station. £3 for 50 they are.
So the final question, just one incorrect, I'm afraid, with the break the ice, which is fair enough. So when in the episode Another Woman, when they're all watching TV and trying to get to bed and it's like 1 a.m, who is presenting a TV show on the TV? Which famous presenter?
Oh, it's Davina McCall.
It is a young Davina McCall, which in my eyes is
it?
It's her best role. Even though I love Big Brother, but yeah, I think that's a great honour, and that is 9 out of 10, Sophie. 9 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
Solid.
I'm proud of
That was a really good showing. Like I knew from the off I had a feeling you were going to get. Some of them I thought, okay, Dusky Peach, but the roll of film and stuff like that, Twiggy's bakery order. So although you've inadvertently made it more difficult for future players now, because like if I have to do another 10 on series 1, I'm digging deep now. Like these are going to actually really be like, what colour is the fucking, so we'll go there. But But yeah, guys, no, this has been a little Royal Family, get to know you, and a quiz at the end. And if you want to hop on, and if you want to be a contestant on a future episode, email me, all the links down below. Follow us on YouTube, iTunes, Patreon for the book club as well. I mean, Sophie, yourself, is there anything you'd like to promote, or?
I don't think so. I need to give a shout out to my uncle who
a listener, right?
In
Yeah.
one of the episodes.
Yeah, shout out to Dan.
Yeah, shout out to Dan, because I sort of approached him and said, you need to listen to this podcast, and I know that he'd be really happy to be listening to me right now.
So yeah, that brings us to the end of our first of, I'm sure, many future editions of this quiz here. And, who knows, when we're done with this, we can do early doors quizzes or something like that. I'm sure we'll find something new to talk about. But, this has been Tom. As ever, if you want to help the show, you can leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. You can tell a friend about the Royal Ramble and all the little offshoots we're doing over here. Thanks again to Sophie. Sophie, thank you for coming on.
Thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no, it was a treat. So, yeah, guys, as always, the Royal Ramble. We'll be back in the future for another episode. Go back and listen to the old ones in the archive. I've been Tom. Thanks so much.